this class we are going to discuss about agents of pollination. Pollination is affected by many agents like wind, water, insect, etc. On the basis of the agents that brings about pollination, the mode of pollination is divided into biotic and abiotic agents. The first one, abiotic agents, anemophily, pollination by wind, hydrophily, pollination by water. We are going to discuss these two topics in this chapter. And same manner, abiotic agents. So, it refers the pollination through all the animals is known as zoophily. Especially insect pollination is known as endomophily. Anemophily, pollination by wind. Wind pollinating flowers are called anemophilous flowers. So generally situated wind exposed region and it is the chanced event. Therefore, pollen grain may or may not be reached the target flower. And many pollen grains are wasted during the transmit from one flower to another. Example, grasses, sugarcane, bamboo, coconut, palm, maize, etc. Anemophilous flowers characteristic features. So anemophilous flowers, they having the some adaptation. The first one, the flowers are produced in pendulous cacti like spike inflorescence. Axis of inflorescence is elongated so that the flowers brought well above the leaf level. Third one, perianth is absent or highly reduced. Flowers are small, inconspicuous, colorless, not scented and do not secrete nectar. Then stamens are numerous and filamentous are long, extended and versatile. Anthers produced enormous quantity of the pollen grains compared to the number of ovule available for the pollination. So the pollen grains are very minute, lightweight, dry conditions, so easily carried out the long distance by wind. In some plants, anther burst violently and release the pollen grain into the air. Example, Eutrica. Stigma are comparatively large, protruding, sometimes branches and feathery, adapted to the catching the pollen grain. Generally, single ovule is present. Flowers are produced before the new leaves appears, so the pollen can be carried with the hindrance of the leaves. Pollination in maize plant. So, binomial name of the maize is Zea mays. It is the monoecious and unisexual flower. Monoecious means they are having bisexual two sex flowers. It will be present in the same plant. That is the male flowers and female flowers present in same plant. But the flowers are unisexual. So that's why it is called monoecious and unisexual. So it produces the two inflorescence, male inflorescence and female inflorescence. Male inflorescence known as tassel and female inflorescence cob. Tassel, it will be born in terminals and cob is born in lateral at the lower leaves. Maize pollens are large and heavy, so they cannot carry out by the light breeze. When it is coming mild wind, it will be shaking the male inflorescence to release the pollen which fall vertically below. Female inflorescence has long stigma, that is silk-like structure. So when you are measuring this stigma up to 23 centimeter in length, then it is project behind the leaves. Pollen drop from tassel is caught by stigma of cob. Hydrophily. Flowers pollinated by water is known as hydrophily. Those flowers are known as hydrophilous flowers. There are many aquatic plants, but only few plants pollination takes place by water. Flora envelope of hydrophilous plants are reduced or absent. Water plants like Eichhornia and water lily pollination takes place through the wind or insect. Hydrophily classify into two types based on the where the pollination takes place. The first one epihydrophily and second one hypohydrophily. In most of the hydrophilous flowers, the pollen grain possesses the mucilaging covering, so it is protect the pollen grain from the wetting. Epihydrophily pollination occur at water level. Example Vallisneria spiralis. We are going to discuss about the pollination in Vallisneria. Vallisneria, it is a dioecious plant. That means male plant separate and female plant separate. Submerged and rooted hydrophyte. So it will be submerged into the water and the roots are fixed into the soil. Female plant bears solitary flowers, which is gives rise to the water level with the help of long coiled stalk at the time of the pollination. Small cup-shaped depression is formed around the female flower on the water surface. Male plant produced male flower which detached and float on the water surface. As soon as male flower comes closer to the female flower and it gets settled into the depression and contact with the stigma, thus brings the pollination. Later stalk of the female flower coiled and bringing back to the flower from the surface to underwater. In that place only they producing the hypohydrophily. Pollination occur inside the water. Hypo means below. So inside the water. Zostera marina and Ceratophyllum is the example. Zoophily. Pollination by the agency of animal is called zoophily and the flowers are said to be zoophilous flowers. Animals like birds, bat, snail, insect, these are well adapted for bringing pollination. The same manner large animals like primates, arboreal, rodents, reptile, lizards and garden lizard, all it will be helpful for the pollination. Ornithophily. Pollination by birds is known as ornithophily. So some common plants for pollinating by birds: Erythrina, bombax, begonia, sterligia, syzygium. So these are the plants example. Then some common birds regularly visiting to the flowers and bringing the pollination. So hummingbird, sunbird and honey eater, etc. Ornithophilous flowers characteristic features. The first one, flowers are usually larger in size. Then only the visitor come and sit on the flower. Second one, flowers are tubular shaped or cup shaped or horn shaped. Then the flowers are attractive color or bright in color. So for example red, pink, orange, scarlet color, blue, yellow, like that colors, because it is easily attracting the birds. Then the flowers are scentless and produce huge quantity or large quantity of nectar. So because on the pollen and nectar, it is a reward for the birds visiting to the flower. The floral parts are tough and leathery to withstand the powerful impact of the visitor. Ceropterophily, that means pollination by bat. So some common example for Ceropterophily plants are Gichellia africana, Adamsonia digitata, etc. Malacophily, pollination by sludges and snails. Example Arisaceae, so it is pollinated by the snails, and water snails, while it will be crawling among the lemna plant, it will be pollinated. Endomophily, pollination by insect is known as endomophily. It is very common type. Insects are well adapted to bring the pollinations, or bees, moth, butterflies, wasps, beetles, etc. Insect and bees are main flower visitor and dominant pollinator. Insect are chief pollinating agents, and majority of the angiosperms are adapted for insect pollination only. Then pollination by ant is called myrmecophily. Ant also come under the insect, but especially in ant pollination is called myrmecophily. Endomophilous flower characteristic features. The first one, the flowers are generally larger in size, and suppose it is in a smaller in size, it is aggregated. All the flowers form a dense inflorescence. For example, Astraceae flower, Astraceae family flowers. Then flowers are brightly colored. Then it is attracting the insect. No, that's why it is adjacent part also getting the colored. Sometimes the leaves or bract also modify into colorful area. For example, Poinsettia bougainvillea, the bract are becoming a colored area, and flowers are scented and they produce nectar. In flower, no secretion of the nectar. The pollen is either consumed as a food or used in building up of the hive by the honeybees. So the pollen and nectar are the reward for the visitors. Flowers pollinated by the flies and beetles produce pulse odor to attract the pollinators. In some flowers, juicy cells are present, which are preached and the content are sacked by the insect. Here the flowchart is explained the pollination. So the pollination is classified into autogamy, allogamy. Allogamy again carried out by the two agency, abiotic agency and biotic agency. Abiotic agency again classified into anemophily by wind, that is hydrophily by water. Biotic agency. Biotic agents, first one, anthrophily, beetles, palinophily, moths, melatophilies, bees, psychophily, butterflies, mechanophily, snails, ornithophily, birds, pteropterophily, bats, myrmecophily, ants. Pollination in a salvia. So lever mechanism. Here the flower is protandrous, that means anther matured earlier. See the first picture, A picture, closed stigma. Stigma is written inside the one, but anther alone it will be comes out. So because anther it will be mature first, so it is the protandrous. And corolla having two lips. Okay, that is the two labilla. So that is the bilabiate. So upper and lower, both the lobes it will be present. Then they have two stamens. One is the fertile and another one is the sterile. So upper lobe it will be having the fertile stamen. Lower side lobe or lip it will be having the sterile one. Both the stamens it will be connected by one connective tissue. Okay, so it is having the long connective tissue. So through this connection they easily swing. Okay, upper stamen it will be easily swing. So when the bee is visit a flower, as soon as lower limbs which act as a platform and enter the flower to extract the nectar by pushing its head into the corolla tube. During the entry of the bee into the flower, the body strikes against the sterile end of the connective tissue. This makes the fertile part of the stamen to descend and strike at the back of the bee. Pollen get deposited on the back of the bees. When again it is visited to the another flower, the pollen get rubbed against to the stigma and complete the act of the pollination in salvia. Other interesting pollinating mechanisms: trap mechanism, Aristolochia; pitfall mechanism, Aurum; clip or translator mechanism, Asclepidaceae; and piston mechanism, Papilionaceae. Pollination. Pollination is a composite event. pollination provide information about evolution, ecology, and animal learning and froggering behavior, etc. Flowers not only supply nectar but also provide microclimate, site, shelter for egg-laying insect. The association of the insect benefit the flower by getting pollinated and ensure the propagation of its own progeny. Floral parts are well modified in shape, size, attracting the pollinator to accomplish pollination. Then, the relationship between yucca and moth is the example for obligatory mutualism. The moth bore a hole in the ovary of the flower and lay eggs in it. Then, it collects the pollen and push it in the form of ball round the hollow end of the stigma. Then fertilization it will be takes and seed also start developing. Then larva feed and develop that seeds. Then some unconsumed seeds it will be used for the propagation of plant species. It is very interesting that moth cannot survive without yucca flower and the plant fail to reproduce sexually without the moth. Similarly, in Amorphophilous flowers, apart from providing the floral rewards, also form safe site for laying eggs. Many visitors come pollen and nectar consume but do not help for the pollination. They are called the pollen or nectar robber. In bee orchids, Ophrys, that is the bee orchid, the morphology of the flower mimics that the female wasp, that is the colpa. The male wasp by mistake it thinks female flower, female wasp and tried for the copulation. This act of the pseudo copulation helps in pollination. The pollination in the fig, that is the Ficus carica, by the wasp Blastophaga sensis. It is also example for the similar plant insect interaction. Thank you.